Right, hello everyone, welcome, and we're going to go diving into another replay. This time we are playing Olivierdulac, one of the strongest tabletop players in the world, and we're playing into Dragu and his Lizardmen. Not one of the strongest tabletop players in the world. I don't actually know how good Dragu is, but I understand that he is pretty solid. With this particular matchup, Skaven and Lizardmen. One of the fun things that can happen is the lizards can absolutely just demolish the Skaven. Although they've got no mighty blow to speak of, what they can absolutely do is just they're throwing so many 2-dice blocks with a strength 4, it can go very wrong. Equally, on the other side of the fence, the gutter runners and the skinks are the same strength, so diving into a skink with a gutter runner is pretty favourable, and Dragu can find this matchup from the defensive perspective, i.e. on his own offense, a bit of a challenge. So we'll see what happens here. I think this is one of those 50-50 matchups. I actually think that both teams absolutely can win this, and so it'll be interesting to see who actually does win this. Let's see if we need the distinctive colours. I'll turn them off for now, and it looks like we've got a ever so slightly different build for the Lizardmen. So we've got a Guardsaurus, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 block with 4 skinks and a spare, so they will have 2 rerolls and a leader. Sorry, 2 rerolls and an Apo. So it's 12 men, 2 rerolls, Apo. And then for the Skavens, we've got basically what is now classed as the standard build, which is a stripper, a blocker, and a wrestler. Not a standard build. And then what he's going to try and do here is he's going to try and go after the big lads. So he's going to have a bit of a fight. What's interesting here from Olivier's perspective is that there's no real consideration in terms of how on earth are you going to deal with the Croxigorus, because it looks like we're opening for a hit straight away, which is spicy. Carrying the ball on the sidestepper does give him an element of control if the skinks choose to dive bomb, which makes a lot of sense. But already he's going to have to expose, or he is not having to, he is exposing the blockless gutter runner. So he gets the 1 dice power, which is a little naughty. And he's not choosing to take all the hits. One thing you can see here from the Skaven's perspective is look at the diagonal lines, right? We've got a diagonal line there, we've got a diagonal line there, we've got a diagonal line there. What he's doing in doing it is that he is forcing the Lizardmen to not be able to base absolutely every single player all of the time. Note, by the way, I think if he'd have been able to get around the top, he could have pushed it to this square and had a follow-on hit. And he can't stand up this guy, unless, of course, he sticks something just there, which he could do, right? You could stick a skink there, you could then stand this guy up. You're not surfing it, and then at this point, you're absolutely demolishing the problem. But the problem with that is it probably then gets blitzed away, but then the Ratto gets stuck on the sideline. So yeah, I think you're not doing that personally. The ball has run away, so before doing any risky blocks without block, the ball has extricated itself, and look what he's doing here is he's throwing weight of firepower into the situation. And then what he's going to try and do here is take another 2D block. The Crocs is basically doing some work here. Oh, that's unfortunate. And then he's going to probably throw a 2D, because otherwise it's just going to get punched off. Right, I'm just going to pause this for a sec, because I wanted to look at this replay from the perspective of the Lizards to see how on earth do you go about dealing with the Skaven. Because from a strategy perspective, if you sit back and do nothing for 4 or 5 turns, then what's going to happen is the Skaven going to score on turn 8 and you're going to be playing a 3-set game, or you're looking to score a 1 turn, which with 2 rerolls, tricksy, right? Tricksy. So what is he going to do here? Is he going to go and put some pressure on this ball, because the 4 skinks are over here and the ball is down here? That's a considerable distance, and he's going to need to go and apply pressure. He's kind of winning the middle war, where the Croxigor and one of the Sauruses is going to be able to start bullying the others. But he needs to, I think, maybe not this turn, but he needs to start thinking about how he's going to put pressure in very early on. He's going to take another 2D here. Yeah, let's get it down eventually. Notice there's only a 2D on the Saurus on the Gutter Runner there, which I like. I think you're taking that all day. The problem is if you don't, I liked it, but I actually preferred trying to get 2D someplace else, because are you going to give away a hit here potentially? Oh. Olivier already defending the ball before making any dice rolls whatsoever, choosing and opting, of course, to defend the ball. The Rat Ogre is playing with Sauruses all over the place. And now he's going to be able to dig out, which I heard in the YouTube comments recently. What's dig out mean? Dig out means to pull out from trouble. Oh. Oh, in a world of needless dodging. Uh-oh, he's going to have to eat that. Oh, boom. So Olivier not taking the Apothecary there. So it's interesting. That says to me that he is going to use the Apothecary only on positionals, but potentially also on KOs. So if you want to get player piece advantage in this game as the Lizardmen, the way to pick on the line rats. Now he gets nice 2D here, which then means he's going to be able to step this guy in here, which gives him 3D on the Gutter. He chooses to run it away. Whoa, that's bold. Right, for me, the problem with that move is that Olivier doesn't want to score, so he's going to throw the assist into it, right? That's what he's going to do. If you're going to do that, you've got to block here. Olivier not choosing to throw the assist in. Wow. Okay. So what he's choosing to do here, no, there we go. It's just a turn ordering question rather than a whether he's doing it or not question. Okay. And then we can bring the Gutter Runner around. I know this is a turn ordering issue, but yeah, how hard are you going in on this guy, given that that's your #1 threat? And yes, where would I like this Saurus to be? Like here, but that's 8 squares away, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's your square for your Saurus. So I think that's an end of turn action. Unless what he's going to do now is he's going to blitz here and put 2 Sauruses here and here, which is absolutely possible. Same idea. Just I hasten to use the word worse, but basically a worse idea. So very nice. Saurus in there. Now you've got to pin this. And so I think at this point I would put skinks all over the place, right? Put skink hit, stand this one up, stand another one in here. Because what you're offering him a 4+ out. No, this has got to go in because he's got to come here on a 4. Well, if this guy's here, then you're not moving any further. You've got to then deal with this. So I would have probably had two in here. Look, and indeed, look what look how he's chose to solve it. Like that solve doesn't exist if that skink is here, and yeah, basically you're just in these 2 squares, and it's free. So he makes the 4+, doesn't even proc dodge. Dirty little blinder. But that solve is completely different if you lock that down. Equally though, he's taken 2 casualties, Olivier, and he's taken out the leader. So the Skaven are now resetting, while at the same time they are 2 players down, or 1 player down now because of the skink. So immediately you're thinking to yourself, where are you going to put the Croxigor? Does the Croxigor come back into the centre? I think it does, so that when you push him back into the centre, wherever this little tinker, let's use that word, goes. See, I understand that it's tying them up, but isn't the same problem that he's going to go back this way. Okay, so that has to step in as well. Oh, even better. Yeah, even better. Fine. Great move. You can step in there. Very nice. Wow. Right. This is worth a pause, because I think this is worth a tactical, an actual tactical consideration, right? How on earth do you solve this problem, given that your right flank as the Skaven has just collapsed, and you are ball exposed, so you can't open, or you shouldn't open with a super high risk play. What do? You have 3 choices, I think. You can go for a high risk play, you can go for a reserved play, or you can go for some sort of like stretch play where you hand the ball from one player to another. Now, I think you've probably got just enough time to reset this. Is my initial take on this situation, is you have got enough time to reset. You've got no agility, strength 3 pieces kicking around that you can do stuff with, so I would probably know that this guy is stunned, and I'm going to want him back next turn. Ball come over to the right hand side, and see what we can get done by going this way. So the ball has legged it. Oh, he's going to punch a gutter. That's unfortunate. He's not having luck with the POWs. Oh no, he's really not having luck with the POWs. Wowee. Wow, 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 wow. And he needs a strength 3 piece. Yeah, see, Olivier there, what he's trying to do is get a strength 3 piece around so that you can do something with it in the following turn. Now, I think what you might be able to do here, in fact, not even might be able to do here, is that I would be blitzing the Gutter Runner into the Rat Ogre into here. Oh, he's doing... Oh, nice, nice, nice. He's just putting that there. He's going there. Yes! Very nice. Chain push. Oh, Dragu. That is a very nice play. One thing I probably wouldn't have done there is followed. I'd have stepped there. I don't know how much movement he's got left, because he's now... The replay goes faster than I can talk in some cases. So, in this particular case, Trixie. I wonder if you don't even block this Gutter Runner now. Because they'll earn 3 dice. It's great, but if you don't knock it over, and you can't put a reroll into it, yeah, you hit the line rat. Oh, it's 2 dice, because he didn't put the player where I thought he was going to put it, which was here. Yeah, the Gutter Runner is free. The Croxigor marking here over here is wonderful. Right, it's 3-2 to get out. It's not sorry. 4-2 to get out. Dodging away from Projectile Tail is a 3, because it's an extra -1, and it's dodging through a tackle zone, which is already itself a -1. Where can you get to? Wow. And he's going to hand the ball here. Look how incredibly fast Skaven are. Oh! Puts a reroll in and catches it. What a hero. What a ledge. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now he's going to get 3 diced, sure. But, wow. Yeah, why though? That's a really interesting choice to not block here and blitz. I mean, I didn't even say it because I didn't think that was going to happen. I mean, I suppose what you're doing is if you don't knock him over, what you're saying there is, hey, you're pushing him away from scoring rather than putting towards scoring. Okay, I mean, I can guess. I can sort of get behind that. Over here? No? Scoring threat, just in case it goes wrong. So that's dodging into 2 tackle zones with a tail. That's a 5. That's a 3. And then it scores. So it's 5-3, 2-2. This is a POW. In fact, even if this isn't a POW, you can go there. So now you can go there, and then out. Very nice solve. I think if you Dragu there, you've given it everything. You've done really well. Bloody rats. Oh dear. And worse than that, Dragu, you've used both rerolls, which is a real shame. So we're going to see a 1 turn, but we're going to see a challenging 1 turn. So this is sort of like the whole method, but it's not quite the whole method really. It's run round, punch, 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 punch. Oh wow, that's situational look at its absolute finest is what that is. I don't know if this is even solvable now. Okay. Right, so it's 1-0. I think if I'm Dragu at that point, I can feel as though I've had a really strong chance and that I had a plan for the 1 turn. So I've had 2 plans, both have failed due to a bit of misfortune. And if we do that, if we could get to play that drive again, there is a strong chance, good chance, that it won't go wrong the second time. And therefore, I would feel comfortable, right? I'd feel annoyed and comfortable. I think if you're Olivier, I would feel as though, Jesus, that nearly went wrong. I think we need to win this game on defense. That is ultimate respect against the Blitz. And it also tells you what type of game we're playing for, right? This is a 1-1 game in every sense of the word. Best possible outcome there. Do not activate the Croxigligor and allow naughtiness to take place. So Skaven are going to want to try and split the lizards up a little bit. And the lizards want to stay compact so that that does not happen. The lizards probably value at this point, they value a lot less the ability to take lots of hits in a turn, and they value really highly the ability to stay safe, right? Because they're just playing for the draw, I think. So a variance here, right, is that both gutter runners here are actually punchable, because you can chain, if you make this a box and you can 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 punch, 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 right? You can have 2 gutters. The problem is that's a lot of resources to do that. And I don't think that they don't think they're valuing that as much. What I think they're terrified of is this guy running in and stripping his balls. Yeah. They're now targeting this guy, so we see less. 1 turn, right? Olivier's 1 turn. He has 2 win cons. He has strip you, and he also has the 1 turn. That rat ogre has not knocked stuff over. And he really was relying on the Roger to knock some... Roger to Noga. Gonna dodge in there on a 3. And then he's going to go and touch the other side of the skink. So this is what we saw the other Skaven be doing, where they apply lots of pressure and then say solve it. It almost puts the Skaven on a bit of a clock, right? The pressure here is it works literally until the moment it doesn't. Because they run out of players. Wait, what? Oh, you're moving the ball. Right. So what he's done here is instead of fighting everything off the cage, what he's done is I'm going to fight everything. Oh wow. That's such unfortunate. The lizards probably can take a turn just to punch a load of stuff. I don't think they need to get too exciting, and I think that the sidestepper gutter runner probably is the one that you start picking on. Surprising to not see the elongated box at this point. I think that's the mistake. I think you should be picking on... Oh, I suppose you can pick on either of them, right? I suppose. Because you need the rat... You literally need the rat ogre for the chain pushing, but also the sidestepping is also phenomenal. And at some point in the near future, what you might choose to start doing is fouling the rat ogre in the face. Olivier needs to choose, because he's still on 11 now, but he's only on 1 reroll. So what type of defense is he going for? Is he going to go for the stop and pressure? Or is he going to go for the 1 turn? And I think while you've got the 1 turn pieces on the table, you're probably better off with a 1 turn. 1 turn for a Skaven is 50-60% sometimes. Oh dear. Yeah, right. Now, kick the crap out of this guy. Kick the crap out of this guy. This guy and this guy. I would be heavily, unbelievably heavily targeting down these guys now. I did it in my game for it, to be honest, because I thought it was for me it was that important. Yeah, this is all very nice. Let's just Just don't think I agree with the blitz target. And only from the perspective, oh dear, only from the perspective really of not that this drive's not going well, this drive's fine. It's that what other drives are out there, and how will they fare. Oh Jesus, another set of double skulls. Right, let's look at it from Olivier's perspective here. So we're looking at it from the Skavens, and we're saying, do we think yay or nay? And I think we don't think. I think we try and target a couple of skinks, and we try and get a 9-player, a 10-player, one-turn defense. Turns out they have a slightly different viewpoint on that. Protecting the stripper more than he's protecting the sidestepper. Is this commentator curse? So, if we just observe for a second, I know what's going to happen. They're going to move the box. They're going to move it into the bottom corner. Fine. Right? That's definitely going to happen. But just observe that 3-4 Lizardmen have been peeled away. We've got 3 stuns. We've also got the dinosaur in the top right-hand corner. That is a Noposaurus, right? It's not doing anything. And he is going to struggle to keep this safe if next turn all the Skaven are able to launch a mass attack. Is a skink going to dodge? Hey, a skink dodged. That skink has finally achieved what no other skink in the history of this team have managed. A dodge. Right, so now we're seeing 11 dinosaurs because they had 12. They've got a bench, so that one doesn't actually matter. I do actually think that I would apothecary that because I'm thinking again not about this drive, but I'm thinking about the drive after, which is going to be the one-turn defense drive. And because let's say the next casualty comes up and it's not badly hurt, right? You now need that 11th player to perform a full suite, and now you've not got it. And because all you're doing against and not using the apothecary there is you're saying, well, okay, what's going to happen is I am going to apothecary KO. Not like that one. That's a stun, right? Can't apothecary those. This skinky poo needs to come down the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So Stripposaurus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 4, that's a 4. That's a 3, that's a 2. 4, 4, 3, 2 for ball. Or, oh dear. Oh dear. Now that's a 3. Yeah. And the ball has been stripped. The ball has been placed against the edge. Has it bounced out? If it has, good night, Vienna. Oh, he's been saved. I mean, by saved, I mean... Ah! So this skink is going to have to do a full circuit, a full lap, right? And in fact, you're probably on 3+3+, right? Pick it up, hand it off, do all that sort of fun stuff. Yeah. And then what he's going to be able to do now is 3 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push it to there. So that it doesn't matter. Oh, 2 dice. That skinks in a tickle zone. But it's the same principle, right? And then you pop it into the corner. A bit like rugby, you're running it in into the corners. So, okay, so literally both teams on defense done incredibly well. Despite, I would say, overall, the gameplay standard being pretty good. That's an interesting one-turn defense. That is a very interesting one-turn defense. We're going to see a touchback. Oh! No, we're going to see something a little more complicated now because the Storm Vermin's got the ball. So you can juggernaut this one. So that's your first push. So now the Gunner is in scoring, will be in scoring range no matter the outcome here. Right, you can take another push. Chooses to take the kapow. What? Oh, bubble box. I was like, why would you do that?
Daddy.
Daddy. Just walk straight through. So that then concludes game 1. Just 1 moment, Emma. And we see that Olivier has, congratulations to him, he has won through. So let's go and have a quick look for game 2.
Yeah.
Right, let's dive into. Good. Let's dive into the second game of this this set. Server is being very slow. Sorry, everyone. So we'll dive in as soon as the server loads. Apologies, I'm not editing this out because that means I have to download the VOD, then throw it through editing software, and then take this minute-long gap out to just cut it out. So, yeah. Takes too long. We'll relaunch the game because it's just absolutely fell over. And I can't show you because then I would show you the score, and we don't want to see the score. Okay, right, going in now. Mildly irksome, that. So, match 2 of this set. Olivierdulac winning the first one with the one-turn touchdown. dodging through on a 4-3-2, and both teams giving it absolutely everything on their defensive drives. So I did say the one-turner is the absolute problem here for the lizard people to deal with, right? You just have to. You have to get rid of this combination, right? These are the absolute two strongest players on the team, followed by this one being hugely problematic as well. If people do not deal with them, they will pay the price for not dealing with them. So the Lizardmen get to attack, and again they respect the offensive drive of the they respect the blitz hugely, probably more than I would, quite frankly. Both down there, always taking both down because it keeps you in base contact and keeps your position nice and stable. Now the problem with this particular line, although it's ultra safe, is that it doesn't give you very much in the way of additional follow-on hits. So while I'm very interestingly as a player in the contest at the moment, enjoying whether it's a good idea, you're really not getting the hits in, which can make the rest of your drive really problematic. So let's see if in this game Dragu spots the difference in the play of, you know, the one turner was literally the deciding factor, and whether or not he chooses at this point to go and press into that sidestepper, or whether or not he chooses to go someplace else. So he does. With Lizardmen, you can never greed reroll blocks. Very nice. Now, because you've moved half your team already, or half your team, some of your team already, you might not want to activate the clock score here, because a bonehead would be fatal for your positioning. Skaven choosing to go in. He's inserting Rat Ogre. And again, the Rat Ogre doesn't manage to make the knockdown. What an absolute trash can that man has been. Absolute trash can. I mean, he did the one turn, so semi-trash. Well, let's see if he focus fires the thingy-bobble doodle. Just 1 second. Sorry, my daughter is asking me a question. Yes, look at you. Go and put your jammies on. Thank you. We're casting this, I am casting to you at about 8 o'clock in the evening UK time right now. So what is currently, of course, happening is my 7-year-old is randomly coming over and saying hello, despite the family being told what I was doing this evening. So, wait a second. The ball carrier is going to throw a block. Surely the ball carrier is not dodging, right? I mean, in no universe is this ball carrier going to dodge. Thank Flip for that. What? There's 2D on the ball. I mean, he's not gone for it. What? Wait, what? I'm aghast at D on the ball and not being taken. All right, fine. I mean, I suppose he's just valuing his Rat Ogre, I suppose. Is he going to go for a kick in the face? It looks like it. It is a kick in the face. And he gets it, but he is going to get sent off. There was a double 3 in the armor roll there. Mighty Cool does not work, and he is a line rat down. So now Olivier is playing. He has a 13-man roster. He's lost 2. He's had 1 sent off and 1 killed. So at this point, any further attrition to the Skaven is just gravy for the Lizards. And finally, I say finally, well done, Dragu. Good play. Now kick that in the face. I think you can afford the croc score hit here, right? Because it's 3D. Yeah. Okay, so that's unfortunate because I think you could afford to do it, and the only downside... what? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. Wow. Right, Skaven are now playing off 10. Going for the ball. This won't matter if the Skaven get the ball on the floor. I cannot believe that was left open. He's going to go for it. I can tell he's going to go for it. He's not going to go for it. Davo, you're a rubbish commentator. He's going to just put tackle zone on it and assume that he's going to be able to deal with the tackle zone. Right. Moving away from the ball at this juncture is unwise. So... turn 5. If they can reform defense here, this is okay. But where are you putting the ball? Providing you can pick it up. Oh, that's unlucky. Oh, that's very unlucky. The only thing you've got going for you here is that you've lost both... The Skaven have lost both Storm, Vermin. Oh, that's nice. So you can chain a rat onto the ball, hoping for a better bobble. Because currently, basically, it isn't going to get much worse. I mean, no one expects the Crocs to catch a ball on a 6. That's not a thing that I'm expected as a commentator to know. That's not a thing. And even then, it's 2D on the Crocs. That's a reroll. Crocs is down. I don't think we've seen the blitz yet. So the ball is now activated. The ball is now activated. Yeah. This Dinosaurus can get there. And he's... smart move by Olivier. So what he's done is he's thrown it back because it is now Skinky Poo's turn 6 and they've got to go fetch it. That's turn 6. There's turn 7. So this is already now a stretch play for Dragu. Interestingly there, by following this makes this not the blitz. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, maybe you can get it. The Lizards, quite frankly, need to score on their offense. And we've now... Wait, what? Are we not defending against this guy? We're not blitzing this guy? Thank God we're blitzing this guy. Right, okay. That's got to be the reroll. You've got to put that in. Yeah. But I fear for the Skinky's life here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's not trivial dice, but it's he's going for it. And there's no point moving the skink, right? Because if the scatter was here, then sure, you make go for it, but it wasn't, so you don't. Wow. Blitz the sidestepper. Kill the sidestepper. Not kill the sidestepper. Pick the ball up and probably end up standing where you already stood. Or even there. Because this is now you're not scoring, right? There's not even anything in scoring range. Apart from that skink there. E7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's one too far forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could just be there, doing the same. It's doing the same job. And then you got to go and stand there. Oh, he's dropped it. Olivier is on 1 reroll, so it's a 3 up out. It's a 2 up out. Then it's a 4 up, and then it's a score. He's never standing the sidestepper up. So he's never standing him up. Why is he standing him up? Oh, because he wants to make the 1D. Fine. And he's killed the skink, and then he's going to score. That was all eggs one basket approach, because by putting them all in the basket, if you fail it, both gutter runners would get potentially surfed or at least murdered. But they don't. Right, lizards are on 10 because we can see the skink that just got surfed get killed and the KO didn't wake back up again. However, this is not trivial on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're 3 players down. So we are still, well, let's see what happens. He's defending a 1 turn. Skink could have probably been slightly further back there. I think because of where the ball is, he's gone. I'm not 1 turning this. And that skink move confirms there's no foul. If you'd moved one of the 2 Sauruses to get the 3 in here, then I suppose it doesn't confirm it. There is actually this guy, but I don't think it's worth a foul. Oh no! Double 2. So I think, all right, I wouldn't have done that. But the reason I wouldn't have done that was because I don't like variance. So what he's done it for is saying, well, I'm 1-0 down. I've already lost the first set, part of the set. If I want to go through, I'm going to have to catch back up again in terms of luckiness. So I'm going to put the foul in. Okay, fine. I can understand it. The only thing I would have done differently then is I would have guaranteed to break armor on the gutter runner. I would have put more assists into that foul. Right, so the lizards are off. Ooh, 9? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And the Skaven are off 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 8. And then there's 3 in the backfield there, another 3 there, and then 2 here. So yeah, 8, 9. Cheering fans. Nothing happens. Ultimately, if the Skaven get a touchdown in at all, the Lizards are probably going to be out because the Lizards need to score 3. This sounds like some sort of Champions League football equation with away goals, but yeah, that's what this boils down to. What's very interesting there is Olivier not choosing to try and score the 1. In fact, just protecting what he's got. Now, what you could argue here is that a reason for protecting what you've got is because that the lizards need to score 2 anyway, right? So if you make it tediously difficult over the first, let's say you can hold on to it for 4 turns, and then the Dinosauruses take the ball off you, right? Let's say that happens. What you've then got is the Dinosauruses need to take the ball off you a second time, only over 4 turns. So your breakpoint for WinCon is sub 4 turns. That's nice. That is nice. 3+ for all the gutter runners to escape. And something I personally don't value enough, but I think other people do play properly, so they do, is a double stack here, just to sort of suggest and enforce that going that way is a bad idea. I'm far too lax on my defense of the sideline. I think this guy needed to go there, because when you block this, he's going to end up there, and you're not going to follow that. And there's a bit of an odd misposition. I don't like this. See? Indeed he has gone there. Ha! I didn't know he was going to die. Not sure about that, because the bonehead there is terrible. A 1 in 9 there is not great. Two squares space, player 2 squares, and then we'll see another one there. There we go. That all 2 squares apart, and then he'll close the front door. This is Olivier doing a very nice job. Well done. Nice. I would say this is technical Blood Bowl. That should have stood up, because that's now going to run off. Yep. You can see where the line rat can get to. I think you could probably just come over a bit further. And then you can follow into that, and then this guy can come in here. Maybe this guy just goes in there then. What? Oh, right, that's... Right, it's not a shape I had in my head. And I haven't... But please bear in mind, I have no time to think these turns through. So, yeah, whereas the people playing this game have had 2 minutes minimum and potentially time bank on top. So I'm trying to call things literally off cuff. That's quite a nice shape, right? We've got the gutter runners have all got an empty square to dodge into, so they can reposition and they can re-maneuver. But actually, the rat ogre being double marked means that it's not just gonna just punch away and push things off. It's got 2D on a skink, and then what? It's got 1D into uphill on the Blocksaurus. So, and the stun at the back means going backwards is tricksy. So I'm just going to see what Olivier does with this. This is just not obvious. Unless, of course, he's prepared to throw... Oh. Well, you could do that, I suppose. And now you can run through the diagonal. Yeah. Excuse me. I always feel like you want something here. So we've looked at, I think Olivia and I have looked at the same type of concept, which is that what that's doing, if it was here versus here, is that it is trying to create an ability to run this way. The problem is, yeah, these two are basing where you wouldn't really want them. Was only one, it was what? 1 in 9 chance of knocking the ball carrier over last turn? Let's go to scream with the gutters again. We're gonna, yeah, player, 2 spaces, player, and then the sidestepper can come out, hopefully. That Rattock has been awful. Oh, that is actually a slight pin, right? That was 3-2 to get out. That wasn't straightforward. And there was the 2, and it was a fail. So if you'd have failed those dodge rolls the other way round, there was 3D on the ball. He didn't, but the Lizards basically have to score this turn / next. Well, they have to score on turn 14 is the absolute minimum. If they don't score on turn 14, then they are requiring kickoff events to get something to happen. The equivalent in snooker of requiring a snooker. Right, so he's now going to get the croc score on the ball. Just as a minor point of order, I like the Croxior here, and then I liked Asaurus here, but say point of order probably, because ultimately what you've left on, oh, that's very nice. Very nice. Olivier just finding the solution, right? Just. And he knows he's just got to hold the ball for one more turn. Right? So this turn he needs to not be sacked and not scored on. And I think he's done it. That's shadowing pressing. Still not knocked anything over. 24 AD. Still not knocked anything over. Yeah. So he now requires kickoff events basically to help him. Oh no. No, he's going for the... Oh. Yeah. Watch that in the crowd. He can just walk back 2 squares from where he is now. This works, he's out. Doesn't work, doesn't matter massively. Okay. There we have it. So, Dragu. Oh, he's not even blitzing the ball. Yeah, I think he literally now requires well, I think there's nothing you can do, right? So, timeout. He'll score it if he scores on turn 16 and he gets a timeout. He can get 1 turn. The players are not going to be far enough forward to do anything with it, so it doesn't matter. So, It wasn't actually the one turn that did for him this turn. It was other factors. The first half where he got turned over. Just shows literally how lethal Skaven are, and Olivierdulac is, you know, current tabletop or ex-tabletop World & 1. He's World & 1 now. A different French guy. With Amazons. I mean, there are different versions of World & 1. I'm just saying, quietly. So there we have it. So that was Dragu's final turn, and in fact, that means he is out of here. So we can now go and have a look at the World Championships, and we know that Olivierdulac is through. Congratulations, Olivier. Commiserations, Dragu. And that actually is the bottom half of the draw, all tidied up and squared away. So we'll move on to the top half now and work through some of the more interesting games at the top end. Probably mine, actually. Let's do that. See you in the next one.